Hi everyone, it's Hannah here with Creature and Jane, and we're going to be answering some questions today about their condition and the physical therapy that we're doing. So Creature and Jane have cerebellar hypoplasia, so they're missing their cerebellum. Your cerebellum controls the rate, range, and force at which your muscles move. It doesn't provide any initiation to movement or any sort of conscious thought. So essentially, the kittens might want to move their limb out in space like this, but instead of it being a nice controlled motion, it essentially flies out like this. They just don't have any fine motor control of what their muscles are doing. This condition, luckily, is not progressive, and we're doing some physical therapy in the hopes that someday they will be able to walk someday. Many of these cats are not so severely affected that they can't walk. However, these guys have it about as bad as you can get, but we're hoping that with lots of time, patience, and physical therapy that they might walk someday. So here's some of the stuff that we're doing. One of the first exercises that we do every day is to work on their protective extension. And your protective extension is actually a reflex. It's why when you trip or fall, you break your wrist and not your face. So when you trip, next time, notice how your arms fly out in front of you to catch yourself. And so we want the kittens to be able to have a really great reflex. That way when they start falling over, they catch themselves. So to test that, what we do is we make them sit or stand. We'll see what they're in the mood for today. They're kind of rowdy. And, oh, hold on. We got too many kittens going on. It's a kitten party. Here, Jane, you can help later. So essentially what we do is we get them to stand up, and then we want, oh, they might not help with this, but in theory, what should happen is when we tip them over, they will extend a leg to catch themselves. So they're not really being super helpful right now, but you can go out and check some of our other videos out and you'll see some examples of what we're trying to do. Some of the other stuff we do with these kittens is called joint approximation, and we put them into like a normal position, like a sit, or we make them lay down, or we stand and we just gently bounce them. And that's so that way their body gets the feel of what it feels like when they're standing normally or sitting normally. And it's essentially we're just trying to build up muscle memory of the correct positions and correct movements. So maybe the lovely Jane will help us out now. Although my hopes are not high, but we'll see. So what we do is we just get her to sit, for example, and we just very, oh, I know, there's so much fun stuff going on. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so like this, and we just kind of bounce them very gently. You don't want to slam them down, and we just want their joints to get used to what it feels like to be in a normal position. So, there you go, Jane. We also do some stretching exercises, which I don't think the kittens will let us show you today. But essentially, we pull them out flat, and then we do a little pop, and they should roll up into a sit. And once again, it's working on the reflexes that are naturally within the muscles to help them. Hold on, we have an impending disaster. Hi. Creature. Naughty little creature. And then some of the other things that we do is I built this cart for the kittens. And we use this cart so that way they can practice walking normally. Because when they do get up and walk, they tend to, limbs are kind of flying everywhere, and it's quite the experience. And once again, it's all about getting their bodies to move like they normally would, and building in muscle memory. And their treatments are based off of what they do for children with cerebral palsy. And now, just as a disclaimer for this video, I am not a human physician, I am not a physical therapist, and so I might have my facts wrong, but that's as I understand it, and that's what we're doing for these kittens. If you have any other questions, please let us know. We love answering them. Have a good day.